I would like to welcome you to Salisbury's 2002 graduation. Before we begin our program, I would like to explain the sequence of events for this evening. At approximately 7 p.m. following the banquet, would all grads please go to the coat check area to get your gown, stole, and cap. At that time, you will have approximately 1 hour to take family photos. Jostens will be in the foyer if you wish to use their services. All grads must be in their seated area, which is to the right and left of the stage, by 7:50 p.m. The exercises will commence at 8 o'clock sharp. This will be followed, of course, by the dance. I hope you enjoy this evening, and I would like to introduce and call upon Andrew Carlton to say grace.
Dear Heavenly Father, we are gathered here today to celebrate and acknowledge the fact that you have brought us through 13 very enjoyable and yet trying years of school. We know, Lord, that without you, we would have never made it. Please protect us throughout this evening and be with us all throughout the rest of our lives. We hope that all of us live the life that you want us to live, full of enjoyment, contentment, and peace. Lord, we pray with all our hearts that our lives will be filled with your unconditional love each and every day. May you bless this food and these graduates and their families. In Jesus' name, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you please be seated, our program will begin in 5 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd be seated, we're just about to start the ceremonies.
Good evening, special guests, family, friends, and of course, fellow graduates of the class of 2002.
We will be your masters of ceremony for this evening. My name is Ryan Rash.
And I'm Lori Preston. At this time, we would like to ask that all cell phones and off to avoid any interruptions, and that all pictures be taken in the designated areas. To start off this evening, please rise and join Nikki Pugh in singing our national anthem. Thank you, Nikki. Next year, Nikki plans to be a singing and dancing performer on a cruise line. After she pursues her dreams as a performer, Nikki plans to attend a post-secondary institution to achieve her further career goals.
I would like to introduce Lori Preston, who I met in the last few months of grade 6 when I first moved to Sherwood Park. In the 6 years of knowing Lori, she's been a great friend, an awesome leader, and an all-around great person. Lori has decided to take a year for herself and then plans to apply to the Bachelor of Phys Ed at the University of Alberta.
Thank you, Ryan. As you know, Ryan Rash and I have been friends for a really long time. Although we've always been good friends, it was not until high school that we really got close. He's one of those few people that you can count on to be there for you through everything. Ryan plans to spend next year exploring his opportunities. We have both enjoyed taking on the position of grad co-presidents this year and are very excited to be your Masters of Ceremonies this evening.
I would like to call upon Andrew Carlton to deliver the invocation. Andrew is the leader of Salisbury's campus life and a member of the Sabres swim team. He plans to spend the next year lifeguarding.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, as we graduate tonight, we realize that it is not all over, but that our lives have just begun. We step out into the world and really test our wings for the first time. We are walking out into a world full of chaos and uncertainty. Like a traveler traveling along in the thick of night, with only a lantern to guide his path, we walk forward. The traveler can only see the obstacles and treasures that the light from his lantern shines upon. It is this reason that we must walk forward with our lantern, that we may see the treasures and obstacles and press on. If we stand still, afraid of what we may encounter along the path, we will never see the treasures that await us. I urge you all to press on towards the goal, not worrying about the path. And to quote Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." God has a perfect path for each one of us. It is easy to find the path, but it is sometimes hard to follow. I know that every one of these graduates can find their path if they pick up their lantern and follow God. May all of you be blessed with finding your lanterns and your path soon. Your lives will be filled with happiness and love if you follow the path designed for you. God bless and have a great night.
Thank you, Andrew, for those inspirational words.
It is my pleasure to welcome Mr. Lynn Patterson, who will be saying a few words on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Elk Island Public School.
Thank you. I would first like to acknowledge the wonderful work that has been done by everyone who has taken part in putting on this outstanding graduation. I know that this is a very important occasion for all the people here this evening. Salisbury is truly a great high school. The graduates here this evening have worked very hard throughout their school years and should all be proud of their accomplishments. The teachers and school administrators have played a very important role. Your parents, friends, volunteers, and school councils have supported, and your community is proud of you. You all deserve to enjoy a wonderful summer. Fall, it will be back to school for some of you, and into the work world for others. I would encourage all of you to continue to work hard. What you have learned in these early years will form the basis of a lifetime of happiness. Clear thinking and clear goals, along with diligence and persistence, will lead to a lifetime of satisfaction. Young graduates have, in fact, we are all very lucky to be in Canada. I would encourage each of you to appreciate the many opportunities that you have. As well, I would encourage each of you to continue to become independent thinkers. Then, with kindness and with a positive attitude, go about contributing to society, to your family. We'll be truly happy. I wish you all the very best in your futures.
Thank you, Mr. Patterson, for those motivational words.
Please join us in welcoming back our formal principal, Mr. Brian Carble, who will bring greetings from the superintendent's office.
Good evening, everyone, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, and of course the graduates of the year 2002. I certainly am very pleased to be back of another fine Salisbury graduating class. Look at the set behind me, and looks like you've taken it up another notch at graduation. It's beautiful. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to represent the Superintendent of Schools, Rob McPhee, and the administration of Elk Island Public Schools at this most important event. I would just like to wish all of the graduates the very best in the future that you will choose for yourself. I wish you the success, the most success in all that you do. Success sometimes is described in very hard terms, in terms of dollars and marks, the big achievements in lives, the big houses, the cars, the travel, and the like. Let me leave you with something of the softer side of success this evening. Ralph Waldo Emerson describes success as follows: to laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether it be by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. That is to have succeeded. All the best to you all.
Encouraging? Thank you, Mr. Carble, for those encouraging words.
Our first performers of this evening are Katie Warnock, Andrea Semrock, Stephanie Ravel, and Kavita Algu. They will be singing Lean on Me.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we have always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road, I'll share your load if you just call me.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Thank you, ladies. Next year, Katie, Stephanie, and Kavita plan to attend the U of A, while Andrea plans to attend Bible college in Germany.
During our 12-year journey through school, there have always been individuals who shape us into who we are today. Some are our friends and relatives, but most of all are our parents. We're pleased to introduce Alana Nelson and her parents, Mr. Douglas and Mrs. Marilee Nelson, to present a tribute to the parents and reply.
Good evening, honored guests, ladies, gentlemen, and grads. I am here tonight to give tribute to our parents and or caregivers. My parents have been outstanding examples in my life through all of my many different activities. They have shown me the type of person I want to become. They have put a great deal of time into my life, whether it is going to my plays, school award ceremonies, or just sitting down to talk. They have worked with me to try to improve my spelling, encouraged me in all my schoolwork, but when I started high school, they announced that they really couldn't help me with my homework anymore. They have been there through everything from Barbies and Cabbage Patch dolls to makeup and crushes, encouraging me through all my book obsessions, from the Babysitter's Club to A Walk to Remember. Our parents and caregivers have stood beside us, encouraging us in all that we do, whether it is our dreams to become a singer or just making a goal to pass math. They're always cheering us on. They understand that we need things like books, sports, and writing to learn how to express ourselves. Our parents and caregivers work so hard to make all the little things in life special. I remember the one and only professional hockey game that I went to. My dad very patiently explained the rules and answered all of my strange little questions so that I could have a good time at the game, even though he would enjoy the game better with some quiet. In elementary school, I remember my mom making our school's annual track meet special by taking her elementary-age children out to McDonald's for lunch. Our parents and caregivers have seen us through the rough times, loving us unconditionally. They have often put our needs before their own. They make sacrifices to be there for us. I even remember my last track and field meet when the temperature was around 7, but the wind made it feel like 0. But there was my mom, cheering me on while I did my jumps. They have been the most valuable tools throughout our growing up. Contrary to popular belief, they do know what's going on because they have been there before. They can share wisdom with us more valuable than any physics course. Every little saying they have can be beneficial to our lives. I am often reminded of a piece of advice my grandma gave my mom. The hurrier I go, the behinder I get. And some days, this seems entirely true. Through last-minute projects, when we're convinced that we'll never be done, they are often there to offer encouragement and maybe a little help. To say thank you seems inadequate. When I think of my parents, I am reminded of the poem Gratitude by Christy Ann Harkey. What do you say to someone who's always been there? No matter what, the only person you can trust, the only person who really understands. Words fall far short. A simple thank you is not spoken because it seems inadequate. What can you do to show your gratitude? Always be there for them. Grads of 2002, join me in applauding the ones who have been there all along. Our parents and caregivers, thank you.
I was reading in my journal last night. I came upon the entry I wrote when we told our 6 other children that we were going to have another baby. Timmy wanted to keep Becky. She was the baby at the time. Michelle wanted a baby kitten. And Larry just said, "You'll have another baby and another baby and another one, and you'll never stop, and we will never get to Disneyland." Alana was born in 1984, and we did stop having babies, but not until the 8th, and we did get to Disneyland. So this is our 7th Salisbury graduation, with one more to come. This is a time of satisfaction and reflection, and yet a time of anticipation and hope. I'm not sure who is happier about graduation, the parents or the students, or maybe the teachers. It is a time when we think and remember with fondness the beginning of these graduates' lives. We remember them as cute little babies with dimpled cheeks and awe at their future. When I look upon these last 18 years, they seem to have gone quickly. In Proverbs we read, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." As we go about teaching our children, we want only what is the best for them, to become productive, happy, and independent. Remember the things you have learned through the classroom, the playground, and the family. Graduating from high school is a big step in the pathway of life towards what you want to achieve. Keep following this pathway of learning and expanding your mind.
Yes, Marilee, this is our 7th graduate from Salisbury High. We've appreciated the rich tradition of the school, its administration, faculty, and students. Parents, do you remember 1984? It was the year that the Soviet Union and the other communist bloc countries withdrew from the Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. It was the year that in India, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was assassinated. Brian Mulroney here in Canada and his Conservative Party won the Canadian election in a landslide. The Edmonton Oilers won the Stanley Cup in 5 games against the New York Islanders. The Cosby Show was considered to be the most popular show on TV during the 80s. The Sherwood Park News reported that parents were pressing the province on education cutbacks. That seems to be a familiar story. A steak and crab dinner at the Steak Village was $7.95. The New Year's baby for 1984 in Strathcona County was Kyle James Hobbs. I understand he graduated from Ardrossan High School this year. His parents, Ken and Lucia Hobbs. Many things have happened the year that you graduates were born. You've progressed from being the baby to being the graduate. But in between, there was a life lived, lessons learned, and love given and received.
The school year of 2001 and 2002 will be remembered because of September 11th and the year the teachers went on strike. We hope you will remember it as a year of fulfilled dreams, great friendship, and the opportunity for new beginnings. Also a year when new doors were opened and your dreams expanded. Dreams. There are many wonderful dreams during the span of life. Dreams of pretty dresses, blue-eyed dolls, carefree summer days, climbing trees. Hopefully, most of these dreams came to the surface of reality over a childhood. With the passing of years, the day-to-day dreams flickering through the mind change. Dreams about the first kiss, the person you will marry, exotic adventure, money you will make. Somewhere, sometimes, these dreams also may reach maturity and become reality. When I was a child, I dreamed of motherhood. I dreamed of beautiful, ball-headed babies in frilly dresses and cute outfits, being the perfect mother, having the perfect children, living the perfect life. Motherhood did come, but perfection is still in my dreams. Motherhood isn't for the perfectionist. Babies spit up, frilly dresses get dirty, sleep is interrupted so often your clock gets mixed up, and cute little babies grow big. Babies grow and mothers learn. Learn about Mr. Dress-Up, Cub cars, and soccer. Learn that sports is life. Hunger is never ending to a bottomless pit teenager. Crisis, last-minute homework assignments, handing out money, having to haves, pretty please, drive me, I promise, Band-Aids, I'll never do it again. Mothers learn the different cries, hunger, overtired, lost friend, scared, hurt, lonely, sick, disappointment, worried, repentant. Mothers learn what's in: Barbie dolls, G.I. Joes, Cabbage Patch Kids, Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, Survivors, Friends, Simpsons, Flip-Flops, Spider-Man, low-rise pants, Booster Juice. Mothers learn about teaching, guiding, directing, mistakes, letting go. Babies grow into boys and girls, little boys and girls into big boys and girls, big boys and girls into men and women. Dreams keep growing also. Good grades, good friends, making the team, good jobs, family. Dreams are like prayers, supported by faith. Somewhere along the way, I have prayed that your dreams and mine become the same, and all of our dreams become reality.
Graduates, your experiences at Sal have enhanced your opportunities to grow in a community environment. Not only learning the textbook lessons, but lessons about working together in a community setting for the common good of all. In your future dreams, remember those lessons also. Stay true to the values that you have been taught in your family, in the school, and in the community. The value of respect by honoring the diversity of all peoples. The value of integrity, ethically, and upholding the community's system of moral principles. The value of mutual support by being a good neighbor, a good employee, a good employer. The value of fairness by acting according to what is right and just. In living your dreams, the vast majority of you, like your parents, will always be considered as, and I quote, ordinary Canadian citizens. But Canada, with the vast majority of its citizens considered as ordinary Canadians, has in many ways become the envy of the world. Our country and fellow Canadians participate on the global stage. Graduates, may all your dreams come true. You have the power to make it so. We're proud of you. Good luck on your new dreams. Thank you.
Thank you. Next year, Alana will be attending Grant McCune's Bachelor of Arts program.
The 2001-2002 school year was Mrs. Sackett's first year as principal of Salisbury Composite High School. It is my distinct pleasure to call upon Mrs. Sackett to deliver her tribute to the class of 2002.
Good evening, honored guests, parents, family, and graduates. As I began writing this speech, there were many familiar phrases that came to mind. You're about to embark on life's adventure. Your generation has the chance to change the world. If you can dream it, you can do it. I could go on and on. Some of these things are certainly overused, but they're all true. I've had the privilege of being your principal for only your final year at Salisbury Composite, but in that short time, well, at least it was short for me, I've been able to see how you've grown in maturity, knowledge, and responsibility. You're celebrating tonight the transition to another phase of your learning. Some of you will be going on to further education, to university, to technical schools, college. Some will go directly into the workforce, but whatever you do after this, your lifelong learning will continue. Believe it or not, I once sat where you are tonight, a high school graduate, many years ago. Granted, it was in the last century, but yes, there were cars, there were airplanes, there were television way back then. In many ways, the times are similar. The world was embroiled in a war then, not World War I, but the Vietnam War. It was a time of uncertainty. We felt that we had all of the solutions. Our generation, like every generation before us, felt that we were going to remake the world. Right now, you may feel with your idealism that we haven't done that well so far. I ask you then, as you enter the real world, to now learn from our previous generations have done, our successes and our failures. Take those lessons and keep your idealism. In the time from my graduation to yours, we've become a global village. The challenges are much greater than ever before. We've cleared some of the roadblocks so that now whatever you want to do is determined by you. If you have a goal, if you have a vision of what you want to be, of what you want to do, you can do it. It won't always be easy, but nothing worthwhile ever is. I got out of school at a time where career choices were very limited in some respects. For you, there is no limit. Whether it's undersea explorer, astronaut, Supreme Court judge, Academy Award-winning actor or actress, don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Just do it. Grab those opportunities, make the discoveries, explore the boundaries, write the great novel, visit Mars. As you sail on to the next step in your lives, I hope that your achievements are what was right and fair, that you will risk for that matters most to you, that you'll give help to those that are in need, that you will leave the earth a better place for what you do and what you are. Graduates of 2002.